Quarrels by Eve Joseph. In Quarrels, Eve Joseph's delightful collection of prose poems, you enter the marvelous, and that is the truth. The poet has surrendered herself to the realm of the illogical, trusting that it has a logic of its own, and the outcome is, indeed, a new music. These poems are intriguing spaces and moments, defeating the boundaries of the real, but rest assured, Joseph leads you by the hand with warmth, wit, and empathy. Perhaps these poems are crystallizations of a deeply human spiritual knowledge gathered over decades working in a hospice. Joseph's previous book, the exceptional memoir In the Slender Margin, renders this experience. Certainly without gravity, poems wouldn't be able to sing. As distillations of life, these poems, with beauty and charm, hold their own credibility. An omnipresent, merely in glimpses tangible marvelousness, miraculously fastened to the pages of a single slender volume that will fit into most pockets and assure magnificent company on any given journey.
This year's Griffin Prize in Poetry in Canada goes to Eve Joseph.
I'll finish off with three poems from the last section of the book, which is an elegy to my father. Bear with me. I'm trying to summon up my father as a whale. There are peoples more adept at this than I am. The macaw, the Nootka, the old whalers of Nantucket. He looks like Lear now, at least the way I imagine the old king. Wispy white hair and sunken cheeks, teeth yellowed like ivory. His eyes, when he opens them, look upon lands he's never seen before. His body fills the canvas sling perfectly. There are holes for his fins, and a fine sheen clings to his leathered skin. He lies still as he's moved through the air from bed to chair, trusting the way an animal trusts a human to deliver it back to its wild and familiar home. Your lungs, those little sacs you've carried like a goat herd across the desert, are filling up. You're becoming floodplain, sediment, habitat to great blue heron, osprey, and otter. With each breath, the tide sweeps in, altering the shoreline. Water pours into the moat around the crumbling castle. Bishop's bird, obsessed, runs erratic across the sand, just as you, obsessed, turn toward your death. When I ask you where you are, you point to a dark shape disappearing into the depths, and all I can think is Leviathan, behind whose glistening wake one would think the deep had white hair. The horses, when I finally find them in the dry hills near the reservoir, seem to be waiting for me. They don't move or open their eyes. Like old people sleeping in the sun, they know who's come to visit and who has not. I was not allowed to wash or dress your corpse, nor light a candle in the dark house. There was no raft pushed out to sea and nothing set on fire. The words of the morning prayer, Yik Gadal Vi Kadash Shmiraba, were indecipherable. This is what I've come to tell the horses. Their ears tilt toward me. The half-circle pencil sweep of their jawlines, exactly like the ones in the sketchbook of horses. On this dusty hill, a lone vulture circling overhead. Their long heads bow in consolation, for I know now that's what this is.